Imagine a world where the word traffic jam becomes as obsolete as the horse and buggy. This is a real vision where Elon Musk is crafting a futuristic underground world that could change how we live, work, and travel. Elon is already working on putting electric cars underground without a source of sunlight, to run on solar power, and even launch rockets from under the surface. His solution to this is quite complex, but it could work. But why go underground in the first place? In this video, you will realize just how Elon's boldest vision yet is turning into a city where technology and sustainability redefine what's possible right under our feet. This could even show us how this could change the way we live as soon as 10 years from now, with Elon's Hyperloop that could bring you from city to city in under an hour. But first, let's talk about where we stand in the present moment. Imagine driving from Austin to San Antonio, an 80-mile distance, in just 10 minutes. Well, Elon Musk isn't just laughing. Well, maybe he's laughing at all the doubters, but he thinks it's possible. He wants to make travel between cities super fast and easy. Let's talk about those tunnels in Las Vegas that they already have installed. They're like underground highways, but for cars and way cooler. Cars zip through them at speeds that would make your grandma's hair stand on end. It's like a roller coaster ride, but without the screaming and vomiting. Now, Elon's Boring Company has its sights set on Texas. They want to dig tunnels that'll make a mole jealous. These aren't just any old tunnels, though. We're talking about tunnels where cars can zoom along at a whopping 150 miles per hour. Elon isn't just stopping at Texas, though. Oh no, he's got big plans to connect all of America's cities with these super fast tunnels. It's like he's playing a giant game of connect the dots, but it's underground. Now let's talk about what this could mean for Texas travel times. You could go from one end of Texas to the other in less time than it takes to watch a TV show. It's like teleportation, because normally it would take you hours to get to and from any Texas city. So how much faster would travel be with these tunnels? Well, Elon's company built a test tunnel in California where it can go up to 116 miles per hour so far. And they're planning even faster for the Texas tunnels with Hyperloop technology, which we'll talk a little bit about later. But not everyone's jumping for joy over these plans. Some local officials are giving Elon the side eye. They're not sure if these tunnels will really fix their traffic problems. I wonder if these doubters still think a tunnel will explode like one of these early SpaceX launches. Look, Elon Musk's company has had some hiccups along the way, don't get me wrong. They've had to scrap plans in other cities faster than you can say boring. It's like they're playing a game of whack-a-mole with their own projects. Now here's where things get really wild. Elon isn't just planning tunnels. He's dreaming up an entire new city. It's called Snailbrook, and it's going to be connected to all these fancy tunnels. Imagine living in a place where you can hop in your car, zoom through a tunnel, and be in another city before your coffee gets cold. That's the future Elon is cooking up. It's like he's building his own personal Sim City, but in real life. Elon's new Snailbrook isn't just a funny name, though. It's Elon's crack at making a Texas utopia. Spoiler alert, it's about as utopian as a small town. So far, at least. Elon's not just content with digging holes. Now he's building a whole town near Austin, Texas. It's like he looked at his employees and thought, hey, why not be their landlord too? This place, Snailbrook, is supposed to be a dream come true for workers at Tesla, SpaceX, The Boring Company, and Neuralink. It's as if Elon is trying to collect his companies like Pokemon cards and keeping them in one spot so his brother doesn't steal his favorite one. Musk bought about 3,500 acres of land for this project. He's offering cheap rent too, about $800 a month. Compare that to $2,200 average in the area, and it's like running a charity. Or maybe he just wants to make sure his employees can't afford to quit. Right now though, Snailbrook's not much to look at. It's got modular homes, a gym, and a pool, and 12 people living there. Wow, living the high life, right? They've even got some streets with names like Boring Boulevard and Waterjet Way. But Elon's got big plans. He wants Snailbrook to be self-sufficient and green. There will be Tesla solar panels everywhere, powering the whole shebang. It's like he's trying to one-up Mother Nature herself. If this works out, Snailbrook could be a big deal. It's like a test run for a new way of living. Imagine a place where everything is run by solar. He also wants to connect it into his tunnel network. Imagine living in a town where you can hop in your car, zoom through an underground tube, and pop up in Austin faster than you can say traffic jam. Or wait, I thought that word was about to be outdated. So what's next? Underground cities? Well, funny you should ask. Elon's tunnels could be the first step towards a whole new way of living. Imagine entire cities built beneath the surface, connected by high-speed tunnels. A city where rush hour happens underground. No more traffic jams, no more road rage, just smooth sailing through Elon's fancy tunnels. It's like he took a look at our cities and thought, you know what? let's flip this upside down. And he might actually be onto something. But let's be real, the idea of living underground makes some people more nervous than a man with no riz on a date. People worry about feeling cooped up, or what happens if there's an earthquake. Does everything just crumble? Here's the thing though, these underground cities could actually save space and energy. It's like playing Tetris with a city, but instead of blocks, you've got buildings. You could stack stuff underground in ways you can above ground. And get this, it might even save energy. Underground spaces stay at a pretty steady temperature, so you don't have to crank the AC or heat as much. It's like Mother Nature's home thermostat. Plus, you would be protected from all the tornadoes that do happen in Texas. Imagine a city with layers, like a really fancy cake. The top layers could be where the people live and have access to the above ground nature, and to put the fancy automated systems to make life easy. Lower down, you could have shops and a place to have fun. It's like a mall, but like cooler and underground. And connecting it all? Elon's tunnels, of course. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but there's no way this could actually happen, right? Here's where things get really wild. With Elon's Boring Company and their super fast digging machines, this sci-fi dream could become reality faster than you'd imagine. But here's the million-dollar question. How the heck do we build these massive underground spaces? And how do we make ourselves move at hyper speeds? With the Hyperloop, it's not like we could just flip a city upside down and bury it. Well, that's where Elon's next big idea comes in. He's got some fancy machines that could change everything forever. Remember when digging a hole in your backyard took all day? Elon's new toy makes that look like child's play. His boring machine could dig a subway tunnel faster than you could say, "Are we there yet?" Seriously, we're talking about a week-long job that used to take years. Meet Proof Rock, the Boring Company's star digger. This beast is like a mole on steroids, chomping through dirt faster than you can eat a bag of chips. No, we love those chips, but trust me on this one. It's 308 feet long, weighs as much as 80 elephants, and pushes with a force of 4.7 million pounds. That's like having the entire population of Los Angeles pushing your car if you broke down on the freeway. Now, compare this to your grandpa's tunneling methods. Traditional tunnel burrowing is slower than a snail race and more expensive than a celebrity wedding. To put it into perspective, the New York subway took 8 years to dig less than 2 miles. 8 years! You could have a kid and send them to 2nd grade in that time. This brings us to how the future is really going to come to reality at light speed, because we have some insane tunnel technology now. So Elon dug some fancy tunnels, big whoop. But what if those holes could suck you from one city to another at near sonic speeds? Imagine zipping from coast to coast in the time it takes to watch a movie. Too good to be true? Maybe. But when has that ever stopped Elon from trying? The guy wants us to go to Mars, for crying out loud. Welcome to the Hyperloop dream, folks. Elon's got this wild idea to shoot people through tubes at speeds that'll make your grandma's dentures fly out. We're talking about going from New York to DC in less time than it takes to get through airport security. It's like teleportation, but with more whooshing noises. Now, there are some party poopers who are worried about the safety. They're all like, what if the tube springs a leak? Or what if we all turn into human smoothies? Valid concerns, I guess. But Elon's probably got that covered, right? I mean, he's only trying to send us to Mars. Surely he can handle a glorified vacuum cleaner that goes 700 miles per hour. But in all seriousness, Elon's got big plans for the Hyperloop routes. He's dreaming of connecting major cities faster than you can connect the dots in a children's coloring book. New York to LA in 3 hours? That's faster than it takes to get through LA traffic. On a good day. Now, picture this. Elon's tunnels, Hyperloop, and Snailbrook all working together like a well-oiled machine. Or should I say a well-bored machine. You've got underground highways zipping cars around, Hyperloop pods shooting people between cities, and a fancy new town where all Musk's workers live. It's like he's building his own personal ant colony, but with more electric cars and fewer picnics. But what would life actually be like in Elon's futuristic playground? Well, imagine waking up in your Snailbrook home, hopping into your Tesla, and zooming through underground tunnels to work. No traffic, no weather issues, just smooth sailing. Need to visit a client in another city? Just hop on the Hyperloop and boom, you're there. And get this, Elon's not just thinking small potatoes here. He's got plans for 68 miles of tunnels and 140 stations in Vegas alone. That's enough to make a mole jealous. And we could be seeing numbers of over 90,000 people an hour being moved to and from the locations within the city. That's like moving the entire population of a small city in just one day. And this is just the start of the grand vision. These changes could actually make our cities greener. With most travel happening underground, we could turn those old roads into parks. And with super fast travels between cities, we might not need so many cars. It's like Elon is trying to solve traffic and climate change with one big underground party. So what's the bottom line? Well, if Elon gets his way, our cities could could look more futuristic than a sci-fi movie in just a few years. We're talking energy-saving underground living, smart sensors controlling everything, and travel times that'll make teleportation look slow. Is the world ready for Elon's wild ride? Or will his grand plans end up buried deeper than his tunnels? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure. With Elon around, the future of our cities is anything but boring. If you enjoyed this video, go check out my other video on the screen now because something tells me you were meant for each other.